Hey guys, Kevin here, and I have the new NB-6 Bluetooth headset. Looks pretty good. This retails at £39.99 in the UK and $49.99 in the USA. You can see it comes in black, red and brown. I have the black version. And there's an app, you can see it folds. It's got a cool control panel on the side, and bizarrely it has a pedometer. Why? I don't know why. But I was quite attracted to this because it's got 60 hours battery life and it claims up to 240 days standby time, which is pretty insane for any headset. So let's get it open and see what's going on here. Okay, we've got a really nice case. Pretty solid that, I like that. We've got a man running on a footprint saying "Born for Sports." Okay. We have a gift. I don't know what that is. That's a little suction cup keyring thing for a phone, by the looks of it. I think that's what it is, off the back of your phone. I'm not sure what that is. But it's a gift from the kind people of China. Yeah, it looks like a suction cup thing for the back of your phone. Right, I don't see me ever using that, but it is there. And we have a headset stand. I'm quite keen to see this. Like, you know, over the last few years I've been using these quite a lot. These are the V-Moda, you can see it in there. V-Moda Crossfade LP. And I think these are quite good, but I do find that after wearing them for a couple of hours, if I'm playing the PlayStation 4 or something, my ears do feel like I've been punched around a little bit. So I would like something a little bit more comfortable. I like how this has got the hook built in right away, that's good. Means you can tie it up somewhere, hang it somewhere. Let's see the earphones themselves. I like this package, this is very nice. I am impressed. So, it's the earphones. They fold both ways, so that's good, and they seem, you know, they turn around as well. So they turn one way, but then they go all the way around. And I've just noticed there actually you've still got the headphone jack if you want, and you've got the USB charging port, NFC button, and there's controls here. You've got a power button, volume down and up by the looks of it. That one isn't pressable. You've got play, pause, but if that's upside down, aye, it must be upside down, that is it? No, it's not. It looks like the play, pause button is upside down there. All of it looks like it's upside down. Ah, there's why. Or maybe not. That's confusing. Right, it says this is the right hand side, this is the left hand side. And it's got a very unattractive Nubi logo on the top. This is just like generic text. They can't even be bothered designing a logo. The earphones are quite small. They feel comfortable. They look, you know, they look like they're going to be comfortable. They're okay on the ears. They're not kind of strange, but kind of bizarre with this button though, because it seems like it's upside down here. Well, the minus and plus on the right part, the power button and the answer button's right, but this play button's upside down. Clearly it is. You know, it should be play, pause like that. The button's upside down by the looks of it. Okay. See what else we've got in here. We've got a user guide. There's nothing else in the box. Got a user guide, which is all folded up already. Looks like just because it's been there. Right, okay, there's a lot of different languages there. Shows you how to use it. Looks like this is for an app. You know, they're advertising an app on the box. You can check that out in a second. This looks like a hard drive box, you know. You know, a hard drive bag, an anti-static bag. So, two things we have here. We have the charging cable and we have a 3.5mm. So I like that. I like the fact that, you know, despite this being Bluetooth, if you want to, you can plug it into anything you want. An older iPod, an older MP3 player, your stereo, your TV. I like that they've included that. So that's good. I like when things like this are included, like such as the headphones, such as a carry case, because a lot of these things now, they kind of cut corners. Let's see what the headphone stand is like. It says it weighs 90 grams. I'll move this out the way just now. So that's the base, and three parts. It's bizarre how that only one part of that was in a plastic bag. It's kind of strange. Okay, so I need to build this up somehow. It's quite a tight squeeze at the top, but you do get it in, and that's the stand. It says newbie again at the bottom. And you can sit it there like that. Not sure if I'm going to use that, but I quite like the fact they've thrown it in. Again, this is another little accessory. Bear in mind, you know, this is a fairly cheap item for something like this. You do get a lot more, you know, brand names are going to be much more expensive, but the fact they've thrown in a couple of extra items, a gift you'll never use, headphone jack you will use, and a case I believe most people will use, I think that's good. So what I'm going to do is connect this up and we'll see how it performs. So I've been playing around with this for about 20 minutes or so now. I've got a good listen to it. I've got a good idea of what I think works and what doesn't. I just want to quickly go over some of the specs. It says that the talking time is 8 hours and 60 hours. And I just did a call to my parents and asked them what it was, quality wise. They said it was good. They said it was very, very clear, and they were very, very clear too. So it seems like the microphone that's built in here is actually quite good. I wasn't buying this, to use it as a headset that would be making calls, but it does actually seem quite well. Seem to work quite well, sorry. And yeah, it's quite good. As far as the instruction manuals go, I noticed this is quite funny, but the play pause button is backwards on that too. So I'm not sure if maybe the manufacturers don't realise that the play pause button should be the other way around. But that's not a big thing. I mean, it's kind of cosmetic. What I did have a problem with there was connecting to Bluetooth. Now, you can see here. See this one here? NB Live. That is what I thought I had to connect to. And what I did have to connect to was actually NB-6. So I had a lot of problems. I couldn't get connected. But I think it was basically because this hadn't charged up, for long enough. You're supposed to charge it up for about 3 to 4 hours to get it full. I hadn't charged it at all. I had just plugged it in. I assumed when it was plugged in it would work okay, but once it had been charged for about 10-15 minutes, NB-6 turned up. As soon as that popped up, I got connected right away. The app that they recommend is called NB Live, and that was popping up even before I downloaded the app. In fact, I'll just quickly show you that there. It is NB Live, that one there. And you can see it in the App Store as well, NB Live. Now, it is a piece of crap. It really is terrible. Now, I don't know why anyone would want to use a pedometer with their earphones, because, with a pedometer you want to use it all day long. I typed in some things here. Kevin, stride, I don't know, what do you put for stride? Height, it's all kind of messed up. I just put in some figures. You can change it from English, metric. It's really, really bad. I mean, look at the state of this. Nothing's even aligned properly. Look at all the numbers, everything's all kind of over the place. It's just put together, rushed. Does it work? I don't know. I kind of walked around a little bit. I don't think I was actually tracking it correctly, but I'm not going to invest any time in this, because for me this is a completely pointless feature, and I don't know why it's in a headset. And if you're going to track steps, do it on your phone, or do it on a pedometer, an actual pedometer that's in your wrist or something. So as far as audio quality goes, I think it's actually pretty good. I quite like it. I think it's good. Design wise though, after a closer inspection, you can see here these parts go up and down, and they don't go too far. I like how these move around. They do feel good. I like the way that it moves around, and the actual the ear muffs, the cushions here, they feel really good. It's quite comfortable, but there's no denying around here. So this plastic feels cheap. This part here, very cheap. And I must admit, although these things fold, and I do like the fact that these things fold. I think that's a great feature. If you're going to be putting it in a case, it's more portable for travelling, and I think the case is fantastic. You're not going to break them with that. This is a really big hard shell. But if you happen to, I'm playing music now, if you happen to sit on these or bend these, I mean, I'm scared to even do that. There doesn't seem to be a lot of flex there, and I don't think these would stand a very good test. If you had to sit in these the wrong way by accident, I think they're done. I really do. I don't think you could be saying the same about a lot of headphones. I mean, even those ones aren't. They're a little bit stronger, but this is a very. I mean, these retail at probably 3-4 times the cost normally, and these are a little bit better. But I think you could say that about a lot of headphones. So it isn't a major criticism per se. Just make sure you keep it on the stand when you're not using it, so that nothing like that happens, and put it in the case when you're travelling. So as far as usability goes, if I jump over to Amazon Music, I'll just quickly show how this works. So I've got Amazon Music here. In fact, the backtrack a second, you'll see this red light here. Now that's flashing blue. All you have to do is turn it on and off using the power button at the top there, and that can be used for calls as well. It should hopefully come on. See that? I'm going to get it back on. So that's not connected now, it's just coming through my phone there. For whatever reason that's taking a while to connect back up now. There we go. And it should connect. Yep, I'm connected again. So push play now. Yeah, it's coming through my headset. So this has got a similar menu system as a lot of Bluetooth speakers. So what you do is, this will skip tracks, and I've got it in shot there. So skip track, left and right. Play pause, or rewind pause, or pause rewind, I don't know if you've got it. It's quite responsive, it works well. If you want to change the volume, you need to hold it in, or you need to hold the volume in like that. I'm going to play it first. See it going down. I'm not a fan of that kind of system in general. I prefer separate buttons, if I'm honest. You can see it gets quite loud. That's coming through, obviously through the headphones there to the speaker, to the recorder. So when you've got these on, that is that's like deafening loud. Now, just to kind of give you an example. Now we got here, putting on some copyright-free music, and I'll turn it down a little bit. Worth noting, I did try to connect using NFC as well. I didn't have luck, but it's not something I use a lot. I think overall it's quite good. What I like to quickly do though, if I move my camera back, this is where I was recording, and I'll just get the camera around. So, I've got it here, you can see me. So, the headphones are on now. I'll stop charging for a second. Now the range is apparently 10 metres. 10 metres apparently, but I think it will depend on your environment. I walked down my stairs, and I got to about the bottom of the stairs and it started cutting off a little bit, but I mean, as expected, when you go up and down levels, you probably will get interference in that regard. As far as the size of them, I don't think I've got a huge head. I think it's just a normal size head, I think, but at the full size they're too big, but when they're on they feel quite good. I think some people are quite picky about these kind of things, as far as what headphones they pick. I'm not too precious about things like that, but I do find the over-ear ones I've got are great, but over a few years they do get a little bit of a pain. They start getting sore ears with them. On-ear ones shouldn't be much of a problem with that. feel okay. Once you get used to where the buttons are, you'll find that they are quite easy to use, and you can't see that because my lights are that way. I'll bring them around just now. But once you get used to where these buttons are, you know, you can just put them on like this and then just quickly play pause. And you know, I was walking around like this talking to my mum, you know, just to see what the quality was like. I thought it was quite good. So to summarise, give my overall thoughts on this, and I'll zoom out a little bit there. Hey! So, should you buy this? Who's it for? And all that. For the price, I think these are good. For £40 or $50, I think this is a good little package. I like that you get the case. I like the stand's kind of pointless in a way, but I also really like the fact it's there, and I actually think I'm going to start using this stand a lot. It puts your headphones on a display almost. It means that you're not having to take them out of the bag all the time. You can just keep them there and then just grab them when you want. I've not tasted the battery. You know, I've only been using this a short period of time. 240 hours standby time sounds amazing. I need to give these a full charge, and it will take a couple of weeks or a month for me to really see what the true, you know, standby time is, the true talk time is, the true playback time if I want to get to 60 hours or 45 hours or whatever. I love the fact that you get this case. This is a really good case. It's soft, but nothing's going to get through that once it's zipped up. It should be good. There's a charging cable. There is the 3.5mm jack, and there is a free gift that you'll never use. The pedometer is completely pointless, and I'm not even going to entertain the fact and test it because the app looks terrible. You know, and unless you're going to wear headphones 24 hours a day, you're not going to really get use of it. So it's kind of pointless in my eyes. It does feel cheap in some areas. You know, the app, again, as I said, is pointless. But the cushions, I think the cushions are quite nice, the earmuffs. And I like the way they kind of swing round. It's quite good. And there are stickers there saying do not use excessive force when you're rotating everything, but I think they feel really good. The buttons are okay. I kind of wish though, you know, you've got all the buttons here. You've got the navigation controls, the power, the play button. You've got the USB charging port and the 3.5mm port on one side. On the other side, you've got the NFC. I assume there's a battery in there. But I would have preferred if perhaps they had the menu there, maybe volume buttons on the other side, so that I don't have to hold the button in. Navigation and playing and pausing seems fine. Pushing the volume up and down, sometimes it seems a little bit slow, you know, as far as you need to hold it in and then it clicks and goes up. I'd prefer you have something, separate buttons if it came to it, just get the volume up and down quicker, because that's something that I'd like to do, you know, turn it off up and down. But I guess you can just take the headphones off if that comes to it. But this is a problem that I've seen with Bluetooth speakers as well, where they've only got one minus button, one plus button, and it doubles up as a volume and navigation button. I find that when you have to hold in the volume button, it's a little bit slower and responsive, and these are the same. So maybe that's a little bit annoying. Although the earmuffs and that are good, although the navigation thing, they're okay. I do think parts of it feel cheap. As far as around the earmuff area, this part feels cheap. The top of it feels nice. There's a little cushion here at the top. That part feels good. But I mean, again, if you had to put too much pressure on these things are gone. But I mean, these are wireless, but they've given you a 3.5mm headphone cable. So, you know, you don't have to worry about a cord or anything like that. You know, that's one of the things I loved about these V-Moda. There's a lot of really good earphones and the wire's built in. I mean, if the wire breaks, you know, even if they're £200 or $200 earphones, you need to throw them away because the cable is part of it. So I think all headphones like this have to have a cable that disconnects. These are wireless anyway, but I do like the fact you get the headphone jack with them. So overall, it's a mixed package, but I think it's good for the price. I think you do need to take the price into consideration. You know, it's got a cheesy Chinese style box, and they don't really have the branding really sorted out yet. But the branding's irrelevant anyway, so I don't think that's a major problem. For the price, if you compare it to a lot of other models that are out there, I think it is a decent package. I like that there's a microphone built in, because I don't have that in my other ones, unless I use a special cable that I need to connect. I like the microphones built in, but the real selling point here was, for me, was the battery life. So time will tell whether that does live up to what they say it is. but the battery life is what attracted me to it. I think you can only connect up to 2 devices, and I would have preferred more. I'm not sure, I might be able to do more, I've not tested that yet, but I was hoping to use it with my PlayStation 4, my laptop and my smartphone, you know, and just kind of switch between them as and when needed. Hopefully it's not just limited to 2, but it does say that it is limited to 2 on the listing. But listings are always wrong, I've found on Amazon, especially with items that are from China. So I hope you've enjoyed this review, guys. I hope you've quick look or first impressions video. This has been the NB-6 from NB. It's not a top of the range Bluetooth headset. It isn't the best on the market, but it actually sounds really good. You know, I'm not the best at describing how earphones sound. You know, I think the bass seems okay, not the best. The sound seems quite rich. I can't really test the noise cancellation, you know, kind of element of it. I live in a quiet house. There's not a lot of noise around here. But as far as I'm concerned, the music seems quite good. If I can play this now just for a second. And if I put the volume up, very loud if I put the volume up through my phone as well. Again, that's something you can do. You don't have to use these controls, you can use your smartphone. So there you have it, guys, the NB-6. Please let me know what you think about it. I hope you found this unboxing useful. First impressions video. Let me know what you think in the comment area below. You know, leave a question if you're on Amazon. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, and I'll be back soon with another review. So, speak to you soon.